Evening students. Today I am explaining you one concept, inorganic chemistry based concept, that is complex compounds. For both NEET and JEE mains students, that area is important. In the complex compounds, one topic is there, Iupac nomenclature of the complex compounds. Few examples I am explaining now. Complex compound. First of all, what is the complex compound? Complex compound is a one kind of salt. It is a complex salt simply. Complex compound is nothing but one kind of salt. It is a complex salt. Best example for complex salt I am giving you here directly, K4FeCN 6 times. This is the complex salt. In that complex salt, outside iron is present, inside iron is present, metal is present. Along with the metal, some ions are connected to that, n number of ions. That is the complex. This is the complex salt. We know that general complex hemoglobin is the one kind of complex. And chlorophyll also one kind of complex. In the hemoglobin, what is the metal is present? Iron. And in the chlorophyll, what is the metal is present? Magnesium. The iron is surrounded by n number of molecules in the hemoglobin, and chlorophyll, magnesium, is surrounded by n number of molecules in the chlorophyll. Those are also complex compounds. Complex compound is nothing but salt. How to pronounce this complex compound? Iupac nomenclature. Pronunciation. So Iupac. How to pronounce as per the Iupac nomenclature point of view. You know that common salt pronunciation. What is the salt pronunciation? Sodium chloride. One more common salt, magnesium chloride, MgCl2. One more common salt, ammonium chloride. What is the common point you observed in this salt pronunciation? Salt is nothing but ionic compound. In that cation and anion is present. So cation is Na plus, anion is Cl minus. Magnesium Mg plus 2 Cl minus. Ammonium chloride NH4 plus Cl minus. In the every salt we are pronouncing first cation and followed anion. So positively charged species are called as cations and negatively charged species are called as anions. In the every salt we are pronouncing first cation and followed by anion. Like that, in the complex compounds also we are pronouncing first cation followed by anion. But we need to observe which is cation, which is anion. Before that, in that complex compound, what are the nomenclatures? I mean, what are the species are there? Species. Some species identification is important before giving the nomenclature. This is the complex compound. In that complex compound, two spheres are present. One is ionic sphere. This is ionic sphere. And this one is complex sphere. Metal connected with n number of ions or molecules, that is the complex sphere. So one is complex sphere, another one is ionic sphere is present. Complex sphere is connected with metal. In the complex sphere, metal is present. The metal is connected with n number of ions or molecules. That ions are simply called as per the complex compounds pronunciation, ligand. Ligand. In this complex compound, one concept is existing. Complex compounds, another name is also called as coordination compounds. Coordination. You know that coordination, covalent bond. Coordinate covalent bond. What is coordinate covalent bond? Coordinate covalent bond is existing between Lewis acid and Lewis base. So Lewis acid base theory is existing between metal and a ligand here. The metal basically acts as a Lewis acid because of presence of vacant d orbitals, and Cn minus, it is a negatively charged ion. You know that Cn minus is negatively charged ion, and OH minus is a negatively charged ion. H2O having the lone pair of electrons on the oxygen. Ammonia having the lone pair of electrons on the nitrogen. The anions are molecules having the lone pair of electrons on central atom. They are act as the ligands. So these are nothing but Lewis bases. Metal act as a Lewis acid. The metal act as Lewis acid. Between Lewis acid and Lewis base, Lewis acid accept the pair of electron from the Lewis base. What is the bond is present? Coordinate covalent bond. So coordinate covalent bond. Why this is called as complex compounds? Another name is coordination compounds, because of between Lewis base and Lewis acid coordinate covalent bond is existing. So here in the complex compound, two spheres are present. Ionic sphere, complex sphere. In that complex sphere, metal connected with ligands. Ligands are nothing but Lewis bases, and metal is nothing but Lewis acid. This is the identification of the complex. Now look at the nomenclature of the complex compound. Before nomenclature, pronunciation also is important. Pronunciation. H2O we are pronouncing water basically. But as a ligand, the pronunciation of H2O is H2O pronunciation is aqua. The pronunciation of H2O is aqua. And H3 basically we called as what? Ammonia. But as a ligand pronunciation is amine, not ammonia. OH cyanide is there, Cn minus, cyano or cyanido. OH minus ion is there, hydroxo. The pronunciations are different as a ligand. Now I am giving the same example here. K4 FeCN 6 times. How to pronounce as a Iupac this complex compound? First of all, identify the cation and anion like a common salt, like a simple salt. What is the outside ionic sphere? Potassium. Potassium group number, you know that, +1. Group number is 1, oxidation state is +1. How many +1s here? 4 potassiums are there. Cation having how much of charge? Like a simple salt, MgCl2, magnesium is +2, chlorine is -2. Anion also same, opposite, equal, negative charge. Here the +4 is present, here -4 is present. The whole charge on the complex sphere, this sphere is called as what? Complex sphere. The whole charge on the complex sphere is equal to the sum of the metal and ligand charges. Cn minus is the negative ligand. Here it is a negative ligand. The negative ligand, how many are present? 6 are present. -6. This whole charge is equal to the sum of the ligand and metal charges. Ligand charge is -6. For getting -4, metal how much of charge? +2. So +2 -6 -4. So cation is +4, anion is -4. So here the Iupac pronunciation, first cation, then followed anion. So if the complex sphere is anion here, remember, if the complex sphere is anion, metal pronunciation is metallate. Metal pronunciation is metallate. Here iron is present, Fe is present, ferrate, pronunciation is ferrate. Charge mentioned in the bracket as a Roman number. What is the charge of the metal here? +2. So pronounce the cation first. Potassium, and cation is completed. Then anion. If the anion is a complex sphere, ligand followed by metal. Potassium completed. How many ligands are present? 6 ligands. 6 means hexa. Cyano, hexacyanoferrate 2 in the mentioned in the Roman bracket like this. So this is the way of giving the nomenclature, Iupac nomenclature of the complex compound. This is the simple complex compound. One more example now look at. Iupac nomenclature of complex compounds. The examples are K3 FeCN 6 times, CO NH3 6 times, Cl3, chromium H2O 6 times, Cl3. What is the Iupac nomenclature pronunciation of these complexes? One by one complex, once look at students. K3 FeCN 6 times. In this complex compound, what is the cation? Potassium is the cation. How many potassiums are present in the ionic sphere? This is ionic sphere. Potassium common oxidation state is +1. 3 potassiums are present, +3. So cation has +3 means anion is -3. So the charge on the complex sphere is equal to the sum of the ligand and metal charge. Here the ligand is Cn minus, 6 ligands are there. For getting -3, iron is +3. So this is the complex compound charges. So pronunciation, potassium, cation is the first, complex sphere is the next, that means anion. How many ligands are present? 6. Hexa, cyano, ferrate. Why pronunciation? Ferrate 3. Ferrate 3. 3 Roman number because of oxidation state is the +3. So hexacyanoferrate. If the complex sphere is anion, metal pronunciation is ferrate. Remember this, don't forget. Next complex observed here. This is complex sphere. This one is ionic sphere. What is the ion is present here? Cl. Chlorine common oxidation state, it is the 7th group element. Common oxidation state is -1. 7th group element's common oxidation state is -1. So Cl minus, the whole charge is -3. Here the +3. So complex sphere is now cation. So cation first followed by anion. So metal followed by ligand. How many metals? How many ligands are present? Ligand followed by metal. How many ligands are present? 6 ligands are present. Hexa. The pronunciation is hexa. What is the ligand? Amine. Hexaamine. Complex sphere is cation, so metal pronunciation as usual metal only, not metallate. Hexaamine cobalt. What is the metal oxidation state here? Amine is the neutral ligand. Charge is 0. The whole charge is nothing but metal charge only. +3 and 0. Here the +3. So cobalt 3. In the ionic sphere, what is present? Chlorine is present. The pronunciation chloride, not trichloride. Don't put the 3. What is the ionic sphere? What is present? Just pronunciation as per the name. Next one observed here. Here -3. Here the +3. H2O is the neutral ligand. Here the chromium charge is +3. +3 and 0 +3. So hexa aqua. Aqua means H2O as a ligand pronunciation is aqua. Hexa aqua. Chromium 3 chloride. These are the simple examples. Few more examples we are discussing in next video. Okay, now students, few more examples with the difficult examples with the different ligands we are discussing on next video. Bye students.